Welcome everybody to the Sports Culture, all things sports. It's Jay Banfo, and we all talk about Chris Paul and Giannis Antetokounmpo. But before we get into that, like, comment, share, subscribe, and thanks for your support. So the two biggest stories coming out of the NBA right now involve two future Hall of Famers in Chris Paul and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The NBA community was shocked to learn that overnight, the Los Angeles Clippers had cut Chris Paul from the team. He actually broke the news himself via an Instagram story in which he said, "Just found out I'm being sent home," with the peace sign. Lawrence Frank, the Clippers' president of basketball operations, later informed the public that Paul was no longer on the team. "We are parting ways with Chris and he will no longer be with the team. We will work with him on the next step of his career," Lawrence Frank stated. Now, a lot of people were confused as to why he was getting cut by the Clippers. Everybody knew that this was going to be his last year, so it was supposed to be a farewell tour type season for a franchise that he had great success with. The organization apparently had other plans because they gave him the boot. Ty Lue, the head coach for the Clippers, had this to say in regards to what happened.
I don't like it. It just didn't work out like we thought it would. And like I said, I don't like it for CP. But it just wasn't a good fit. And we understood that. And so, like I said, it was an organization. They made the choice. And so moving forward, we got to see what we do. We'll see.
You said it was an organizational decision. Were you part of that decision? Do you agree with the decision? And do you think this will help your team moving forward?
I don't think it necessarily helped our team. I don't think the reason why we're 5-16 because of CP's play. I just think that it wasn't a good fit for what he was looking for, and it is what it is. And so, do I want to see CP go out like this? No, I have a lot of respect for him. He's been a friend of mine over the years, and you never want to see a great go out, like this. But I'm pretty sure he will find something because he's a great player. And so I didn't want to see it end like.
Now, Ty Lue didn't really get into detail as far as exactly what happened, but there has been speculation from insiders. Now, if you know anything about Chris Paul, you know that he is an annoying pest on the basketball court. He always gets under the opponent's skin, but he also rubbed his own teammates the wrong way at times. Apparently, that's what happened in this situation. According to reports from the Los Angeles Times, Chris Paul called out his teammates, coaches, and upper management on multiple occasions. Now, Chris Paul apologized, but by that time, everyone was already fed up. He's always been the vocal leader for whatever team he played for, but you got to understand, Chris Paul is not in his prime anymore. He was able to get away with that type of leadership because he was still a great player, but when you get to your last year and you aren't even playing the game anymore, that approach has to change. It's a lot going on with the Clippers right now, from the Pablo Torre expose to if Kawhi Leonard is even going to play on a nightly basis. You just don't know with the Clippers. So I can only imagine the frustration that the Clippers organizations were dealing with in regards to Chris Paul. Now, if he's able to land on another team, I want to give him this advice. Please chill and just enjoy your last ride. You don't have to be the main leader anymore. Those days are over with. All you have to do is clap on the bench, collect your check, high-five your teammates, and not be a distraction. Enjoy your farewell tour and leave all that extra stuff alone. Now, with Giannis, he basically let it be known that he's ready to move on from the Milwaukee Bucks. Currently, the team is 10-13, and they don't have a shot at the NBA title this year. There were rumors this summer that Giannis was open to a trade, but now it's basically been confirmed that he's ready for a change. Now, according to reports, when the Bucks got rid of Damian Lillard, it really upset Giannis, and it was a signal that a rebuild might be taking place in Milwaukee. Now, if I were the Bucks, I wouldn't trade Giannis at all. Y'all were just able to win a championship not that long ago. all you have to do is retool the roster a little bit and convince him that it can all work out. Now, if they do end up trading him, they need back an all-star level type player and multiple first-round draft picks. That only makes sense because Giannis is still in his prime and he's a franchise type player. Now, with that being said, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.